May the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
You're watching News 12 on your side.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, First at 5.
Well, it's about to go down. That line from one of comedy's biggest names, Kevin Hart, what his Augusta performance next month means for future entertainment in the city. That's coming up next.
But first, the debate over abortion in South Carolina inching towards a resolution as lawmakers debate hundreds of amendments. Many of those amendments, though, were thrown out yesterday over claims they only existed to slow down the entire process.
And lawmakers have been debating abortion restrictions for 20 hours now. It started just yesterday afternoon. Here's a live look at the South Carolina House of Representatives where they continue that debate. Our State House reporter Mary Green has been there since the start and brings us the latest.
House members were planning to debate this bill all night yesterday and into this morning without breaking. That is until a computer issue just before 2 this morning caused them to take a pause. They got back into the debate at 10 this morning and haven't stopped since then. Day 2 of this special session called by the governor.
Y'all thought this issue was so serious it couldn't wait until January.
The bill they're debating has already passed the state Senate and would ban most abortions in South Carolina after about 6 weeks, the time before opponents argue many women know they're pregnant. It would allow limited exceptions to save the mother's life for sexual assault victims and when the fetus has a fatal anomaly that would prevent it from surviving outside the womb.
This language has been worked on and focused and shaped, and we believe it represents the best path forward for resolution on the issue.
Before the debate, Democrats filed more than 1,000 amendments on the bill. Getting through those is why this debate has taken so long. So far, Republicans have voted down all of them, including ones to allow minors more time to get an abortion with a judge's permission, to put the question of abortion access to voters, and to help women pay for child care after they've been denied an abortion.
These are very, very difficult and real issues that families are struggling with, that are dealing with.
Democrats say they're trying to make the bill better.
This is a process of trying to perhaps find a sweet spot that the body would be able to accept.
But Republicans have gotten hundreds of their amendments thrown out, arguing Democrats are only trying to delay the debate, with proposals ruled as irrelevant to the bill, or as one tranche was deemed frivolous and absurd.
Examples, as I mentioned, every citizen of the state has to read the Handmaid's Tales, new state motto, y'all means all. South Carolina signs at welcome centers, abortion is illegal here. South Carolina does not support rights.
House members have made some changes to this bill from what the Senate originally passed. So if the House passes this bill as it's expected to, it would then be up to senators to determine if they'll accept those changes and send them along to the governor, or if they'll try to work out a compromise. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
And since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade last June, the Republican-dominated legislature hasn't been able to agree on tighter abortion restrictions in South Carolina. For now, abortion remains legal in the state through about 20 weeks into a pregnancy.
In North Carolina, the General Assembly overrode the Democratic governor's veto on a 12-week abortion ban. This comes as Republicans quickly secured a veto-proof majority in both chambers.
Thanks, Anthony. This just in, Jane Vaughters, a former Aiken County councilwoman, has died. The city made the announcement just minutes ago. Vaughters passed away this past Sunday. She served on the city council from 2001 through 2009.
New today, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students now indicted by a grand jury. Brian Koberger is charged with 4 counts of murder, 1 count of burglary in the November incident. He was arrested in December and extradited to Idaho from Pennsylvania. He could face the death penalty if he's convicted.
Convicted killer Alec Murdaugh admitted to stealing millions from his former housekeeper's family, but now he wants to take back another statement. Earlier this month, Murdaugh admitted he lied about how Gloria Satterfield died. His legal team is hoping to get the admission thrown out because if it doesn't, the victims of a settlement would get less money. Murdaugh claimed for years that Gloria Satterfield died because she was tripped by his dogs. Her sons were supposed to be paid an insurance settlement off of that money. Now that's in question while a judge decides on what to do about the confession.
One man is in jail tonight after Waynesboro police say he attacked a man pumping gas for allegedly texting and Snapchatting his wife. Now, this all happened on West 6th Street. Police say 42-year-old Robert McCafferty's assault was caught on store surveillance video. Officers say the victim says McCafferty took him to the ground and choked him. McCafferty is charged with aggravated assault and battery.
A massive comedy star is coming to an Augusta stage, and it's almost time to grab your tickets. You don't want to wait for this one.
No, this is not only a big deal for you comedy fans out there, but also for the city of Augusta. News 12's Hallie Turner is live at 5 with the latest. Hallie.
Well, pre-sale tickets have already started today to come and see the comedian and actor. They went on sale this morning at 10 a.m. In fact, I even pushed an interview back today so one fan could secure her spot. Now, the pre-sale ticket window will close tonight at 11:59, but you will have another chance at general admission Thursday morning starting at 10 a.m. While this isn't Hart's first time in Augusta, he's a big-time celebrity who sold out Madison Square Garden more than once. He's returning back to the River region on June 15th for his reality check tour. The Augusta Entertainment Complex general manager tells me ticket sales for this show will be in high demand. It's something Haley Etzel says she experienced firsthand this morning.
So this morning when we logged on, the first 3 sets of seats we clicked on, by the time we put them in our basket to pay for them, it was already like, hey, they're not available. So we had to go click on some other ones. So we finally got some.
And coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we hear more from the entertainment complex on what you need to know if you're going to see Kevin Hart on June 15th. And we'll also show you his legendary run through Augusta the last time Kevin Hart was in town.
All right, thanks for that, Hallie. Well, Sun Smart and Skin Safe, May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and the Georgia Cancer Center is teaming up with Augusta University to help get the word out. These dispensers give out sunscreen instead of hand sanitizer like you're used to getting. Today, Dr. Loretta explained skin safety and why initiatives like these are so important.
We at the Georgia Cancer Center treat all kinds of cancer, and skin cancer is the most common type of cancer, period. It's more common than any other type of cancer. And so even though we're here to treat it, the best thing to do is to prevent it. And so preventing it means being smart, staying out of the sun as much as possible, being responsible when you're in the sun, using sunscreen to keep yourself from sunburning, trying to not tan, which is a sign of sun damage.
And Augusta University is the first campus in the university system to have these dispensers.
Yeah, and guys, you can take it from me. Sunscreen is important. I've had basal cell, squamous cell, thank goodness. No melanoma, all caught early in the last, 10 or so years. The last of my 30-plus biopsies were last month. In a few weeks, I do have to go back and get more cut out. Yeah, so not fun, but you know what? They caught it early, so it's all good. Our own Liz Owens has had melanoma. We lost an anchor here at News 12 years ago to melanoma, Cindy Pleasance. So it's important to protect your skin and get screened. I always share it on Facebook when this happens because people always tell me, I go and get checked. Oh my goodness, my doctor caught something. Y'all, this is the easiest thing to prevent when you catch it early.
I think everyone's almost been impacted by that too. Yeah. I mean, I have a family member that's had the same thing happen.
Riley's had some places removed too, so it's super important to get checked.
Always want to make sure you're getting the sunscreen. And if you're one of those folks that's just a little bit more sensitive to the sun, get the higher up version of the sunscreen too. And we're getting into summer. The sun is going to be affecting you a lot more. Today, it's the typical summer pattern for us. We got showers and thunderstorms across the CSRA. We'll talk more about those storms and what we can expect over the next 7 days coming up in the full forecast.
Check us out online at myroofsavers.com.
Save your roof, save your money.
News 12, voted best weather coverage by the Georgia Association of Broadcasters.
When you book a flight, you hope everything goes according to plan, but that's not always the case. Next, what you need to know before you book your trip. Stick with us.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Lexus Acura Infinity. When you're hurting an axe now.
Okay. Hello, sir. Stop before you speed today. I got you at 54 and the 45, all right? It's going to be a warning, but I should just slow it down for me, okay? Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah.
I don't mean to argue with you, but I was not going 54 miles per hour because I had the cruise control set at 64.
All right, sure. Well, if that's the way you want to have it, here's your ticket for 64.
Thank you.
Wrdw64.com. When you call my
Fast, you gotta get George. Call all night.
Canceled flights, no refunds, and lost luggage. Those were just some of the more than 77,000 complaints against airlines in 2022.
In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman breaks down what you need to know before you book and shares one person's traveling headache.
It's something airline passengers hope stays simple. You book your flight, come to the airport, board your trip, and you land. But sometimes for travelers, going from one destination to the next comes with a headache.
The flight was horrible. When Quenisha Jackson touched down in Washington, D.C., she couldn't wait to get off the plane.
Hour-and-a-half flight, but it was the worst hour-and-a-half ever. Won't do it again.
Jackson says the seats and aisles on board her American Airlines flight were way too small.
I literally had no elbow room. Like, I had to sit like this up against the window.
She's among thousands of passengers who complain about airlines each year. According to a new report called The Plain Truth by the U.S. Public Interest Research Group, complaints against airlines are soaring.
For 2022, there were 77,000 total complaints, which is the second largest number, dwarfed only by 2020, when there were more than 100,000 complaints. And most of those were, about refunds when everybody's flights were getting canceled at the beginning of the pandemic.
Murray's report analyzed new data from the Department of Transportation and categorized consumer complaints against 17 airlines. According to the report, Frontier had the most complaints per 100,000 boarded passengers, followed by Spirit Airlines and JetBlue Airways.
This is very discouraging. This should be a huge wake-up call for the airline industry as a whole, that we are not making our customers happy.
Out of all of the complaints in 2022, U.S. PERS report found cancellation, delays, and missed connections topped the list.
The report also looked at complaints from passengers with disabilities.
The worst for incidents with wheelchairs and scooters were Spirit and JetBlue, and the best ones that had the fewest incidents with damaged wheelchairs or scooters were Allegiant, Endeavor, and Delta.
Murray says it's important people know their rights before they even arrive at the airport.
By federal law, if you are bumped in voluntarily from a flight, you are entitled to set levels of compensation. So if you're going to be delayed getting another flight by an hour to 2 hours, you're entitled to up to $775. And then if you're delayed more than 2 hours, you're entitled to up to $1,500.
Rights Jackson wishes more people knew about.
The airline should advertise it more. I think they should take responsibility, and accountability. Hey, if I have to bump you, you're automatically guaranteed this and this and this.
Yeah.
And I think that may bring in more customers too by them advertising.
Murray says if you are curious about your rights, the U.S. Department of Transportation has set up a dashboard where you can find out everything from consumer protection to enforcement orders. You can also file a complaint, making you aware of what you can do before you take off. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
And we reached out to all 17 airlines on this study. For a full list of their statements, head to our website.
South Carolina drivers with the Carolina Squat modification are being taken off the road. This comes as Governor Henry McMaster signed a bill into law yesterday banning it for safety reasons. This means any vehicle with a difference of 4 or more inches between the front and rear fenders will be fined anywhere from $100 to $300. Offenders could also have their licenses suspended for repeat offenses. This goes into effect July 1st, but drivers will have 180 days to remove these modifications before they are fined.
Well, as you're heading out the door this evening, make sure you're grabbing that umbrella. We're expecting more showers and storms. They're about 7, 8 o'clock. We'll see a dip in the rain chances between 9 and 10, but then it's going to be a wet and chilly Thursday for us. But one more check of that forecast when we come back.
Wrdw.com. Click, click.
All right, welcome back, everyone. As you're heading out the door this evening, just make sure you bring that rain jacket or the umbrella. We will have that potential for a few more scattered showers and storms over the next several hours. We have a good bit of thunderstorm activity now just to the south of Macon. These are likely going to slide into some of our southern counties a little bit later on this evening, but closer look at the Augusta metro. We do have some showers and storms between Thompson and Grovetown. These are also going to push off to the southeast, so for us in Augusta, expect some of these lighter showers, maybe some steadier rain over the next 30 to 45 minutes. We'll likely see these continue to push off to the southeast. Some of our southern counties, as we go through Waynesboro, you're seeing a few little thunderstorms there, and even through Bamberg and Allendale counties, a few little thunderstorms. So all those typical pop-up showers is what we're dealing with right now, and these are all going to continue to push off to the south as we go through this evening. Temperatures are going to fall into the 70s and then 60s for tomorrow, and Thursday does look to be a little bit wet for us, both in the morning through the afternoon, and temperatures, they're going to stay on the cooler side as well. Expected to remain in the 60s throughout the day tomorrow, but we are going to be drier as we go through the day on Friday. We'll see those temperatures warm up a little bit more, 78 degrees for Friday afternoon, back to the 80s for the upcoming weekend, and we'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday.